on, which one is it? Number 96. It's a great number, isn't it? Anyway, last final show for the for today's little thing, the Reckless Renewables Rally. So, today I spoke via email, spoke to the guy who I got a lot of the footage from, Carl Leibold, I think his name, from Voice of Freedom. Links in the description. And also Exposed the 28 Air Crew, some of it was from them too. I don't think I've mentioned before that's where I got the information from. So, Carl, if you're watching, it's in the description. So anyway, got 2 more videos to show. First one's about half an hour, and after that I'm going to get DK on for a bit of a chat, and then there's one after that, the final one, for about 20 minutes or so. There's a bit of music in this one, and starts off with a good friend of ours, Cole down in Canberra. He's a very powerful speaker, top bloke anyway. You'll be hearing from him shortly. I'm just going to press the right button. Wasn't muted, was I? No, good.
And the fact that these guys don't want you to have any. Just a public announcement. Tomorrow morning at 9:30 at the front gate of the Governor-General, we will be thanking our returned servicemen and also the ones that never return. And we'll be having 2-minute silence as well. And also we read a proclamation to the Governor-General asking him to expose the names that were suppressed from the Wood Royal Commission in 1996 regarding 28 alleged high-profile pedophiles. And yeah, so that's happening at 9. It's been happening now. So it's a 2-year anniversary. Every single day for 2 years, we've asked the Governor-General to expose the 28 names that were suppressed, and we've also asked them for the freedoms and rights of our children to be protected instead of suppressed by the elite who take your freedoms and rights away every day. 9:30, Governor-General's front gate tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Check. Hello, everybody. Give us a big wave. Give us a wave. It's nice to know we're still out there. We obviously all prepared for the rain, and I've been requested to do the song once more. We're here for the transmission lines going up through regional Victoria. We did this song because our community wasn't happy, but we found out a lot of other people aren't happy with renewables. So we're going to try one thing from the beginning. We did a bit of a run before. I want to hear the ooh, bop, 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 ooh, bop, 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 bop. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, bop, 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 ooh. I definitely think we can do a little bit better than that. We want them to hear us in Parliament House. We're here in Canberra. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, good. That's what we want. This is our paradise, and they're putting up big power lines with towers and cables and a whole lot of warning signs. If you want to dance, feel free to dance. The Jews don't know what they'll take till it's gone. Our paradise, and they're putting up big power lines. Bop, 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 ooh. They're destroying the crops and the trees to bring power to the cities. Not sure what they'll leave us, but we know it won't be pretty. And won't it always seem to go? The Jews don't know what they'll take till it's gone. It's our paradise, and they're putting up big wind turbines.
the peace. Please, don't it always seem to go? The Jews don't know what they'll take till it's gone. It's our paradise, and they're putting up big power. Ooh. It's not too late to fight, we gotta make a stand. We won't let the offshore men control our land. And don't it always seem to go? The Jews don't know what they'll take till it's gone. It's our paradise, and they're putting up big power lines. Said, don't it always seem to go? The Jews don't know what they'll take till it's gone. It's our paradise, and they're putting up big solar panels. Said it's your paradise, and they're putting up big wind turbines. Everyone's paradise, and they're putting up big power lines. Thank you very much. I'm Eleanor Parry. Drive safe. God bless.
Tomorrow for the 2-year anniversary. Thanks, Phil, for getting on the stage. Zach's even going to get it and play a tune on the stage. Thanks for all joining us anyway. It's been a long day. We'll keep going while the batteries are still running.
That was Corey. Bit of wind noise, sorry about that. A bit more music.
This next song was my first song ever released. It's off my album Freedom Road. I've got albums for sale here, by the way, if anyone wants one. Freedom Road, $20. This song's called We the People. If you want to know the words there, that's the first line of the chorus front. And that's the second line on the back. All right, here we go. We the People. We were raised with love, with faith, with freedom. We taught to love our neighbor, fellow man. The truth was all important, it would set us free. Our character revealed just where we stand. Now it's clear this world we're in is changing. Democracy keeps fading day by day. Now who would love for truth, for freedom? Be a light and lead the way. We the people, we decline tyranny. We the people stand for liberty. We the people redeemed by Christ our Savior. And yeah, we the people by His cross are free. Now we keep hearing lies all through the media. Things that in our hearts just don't make sense. There's depression, isolation, stay at home. There's no time to sit upon the fence. Now I can see my sisters and my brothers here. We're all seeking truth, integrity. Freedom waits, but not for the faint-hearted. Yeah, we must all unite for liberty. Sing it with me. We the people, we decline tyranny. We the people stand for liberty. We the people redeemed by Christ our Savior. Yeah, we the people by His cross are free. Yeah, we the people by His cross are free. We the people, we decline tyranny. We the people stand for liberty. We the people redeemed by Christ our Savior. Yeah, we the people by His cross are free. Yeah, we the people by His cross are free. Right, thank you, thank you.
Bit of a delay, folks. Just sound from one stream, video from another.
We have passed heartache, and it's almost closing time. Just like that clock on the wall, you're still hanging on. Feels like one more step.
G'day everyone, thank you for coming out. My name is Zach Kelly. I ran as a federal candidate back at the election. I saw a very divided community. We've got a lot of challenges, not only in our own country, but globally. I think it's time for us to all stand up. I am now music on a mission. I tried to do it politically, hand on heart. I gave it my very best. And now I'm sort of dedicated. We're busking our way around the country, just trying to unite communities together, bring them together. And we're doing that through the song. So this song is called Is Losing Freedom Fine? When this war is over, all this nonsense ends. We'll get back to basics. Strangers will be friends. We'll hunt down all corruption. Find leaders we can trust. We're at that time in history when our freedom's on the cusp. So ask yourself this question: will you stand and hold the line? Or are you happy to play the victim? Is losing freedom fine? None of us are heroes, but together we are one. We'll all defend our neighbours. That work since time begun. If we stand united, they can't break our resolve. We'll all stand for the people until this mess is solved. So ask yourself, will you stand and hold the line? Or are you happy to play the victim and just surrender every time? Are you happy being their victim? Freedom, fine. And just, this will be my last song. This is a bit of fun I wrote when I was a campaign. I tried to bring a bit of life into the campaign and hang a little bit on the politicians. And this is for, not to insult anyone, but just to have a bit of fun. I don't trust Albanese, no more too. Always telling lies, talking out their ass. I just want a government that puts our Aussies first. Barnaby Joyce and David Little Proud is just a puppet voice. They're playing Game of Thrones, feathering their nest, spending all their money, and then they beat their chest and say they're helping. While we foot the bill. I just want a government that puts our Aussies first. Stop selling this out to this foreign curse. If you vote for green, you're gonna get green. And for red, you're gonna get green. And if you vote for blue, you're gonna get green. The most dangerous ideology we've ever seen. The voting independent, you're gonna get change. Change you can trust, we can change the game. With the way that we vote, a party cannot choose where your preferences go. You do that with your pen when you get to the show. Put the majors last, kick them up the arse. The rest where you choose. I just want a government that puts our Aussies first. Stop selling this out to this foreign curse. If you vote for green, you're gonna get green. And if you vote for red, you're gonna get green. And if you vote for blue, you're gonna get green. The most dangerous ideology we've ever seen. Change you can trust, we can change the game. Have a good day, everyone. Make sure you stand up and fight. Encourage as many people as you can to come to a event like this. Have a good day.
That was great. You're going to get green.
Righto, everybody. My name's Sam McGuinness. Unfortunately, I was here in 2013. There's a few of us here still in the system. Now, there was a fellow that used to support this pretty heavily called Albie Schultz. And I just want to read you a couple of things, and I'm going to hand over to Mark Glover, who's a pretty loose unit. So Albie, in this place behind us, quoted, and this is on Hansard, he said, "The biggest government-sponsored fraud in the history of our country." And he was dead right. Now here, on Hansard, is the last paragraph of that speech that he read out. And this is where you follow the money. And the families that are backing people like the Teals, and obviously themselves that put this legislation in, are enabling and making money out of you people, the electrical consumer. They probably won't make much money out of us. This is from Albie Schultz, quoted in Hansard. The snouts in the easy money making renewable energy to eliminate conflicts of interest within our government. Remember, this is 2013. The only reason people are not rioting in the streets about the unjustified increases in their power bills is that they simply have no idea what is going on. You people now know it, and you're rioting in the streets. And then he goes, there is enough evidence of fraudulent behaviour and corruption to justify a royal commission. And this in 2013. So unfortunately, we've been here before, but with your support, let's drive this home. Handing over to Mr. Mark Glover.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sort of professionally a geologist, but I've been a banker and I've been a farmer in my time, so I know how to talk a bit of bullshit. But I thought we'd discuss a word today called capacity. Capacity has a number of meanings. One is obviously the capacity of Bowen to understand things, and the other one is the capacity of a power station to actually produce electricity. It's interesting that one word can cover both. So when Bowen turned around, he said, I would only build renewables, they're cheaper. Why would I look at it? So I'm going to look at the numbers on this. So a wind farm, a 1 gigawatt wind farm, costs about 1.5 billion Aussie dollars to build. It's about the same for a solar farm, $1.5 billion. Then you look at capacity. So the capacity of a wind farm is 25, maybe 30%. Same with the solar. So therefore, to actually get 1 gigawatt of renewable energy, you need 4 wind farms or 4 solar farms. Obviously, that's going to come to multiply 1.5 by 4. Unfortunately, there's a sum coming on after this as well. 4 wind farms now, but obviously they don't all work at the same time. So we need a pumped hydro so that we can have electricity when we want to use it. So what does 1 gigawatt of pumped hydro cost? Well, you know, the only numbers we can come up with is maybe snowy dollars, and that's going to produce 8 gigawatts of power for 3 hours a day. So 1 gigawatt of pumped hydro comes in at maybe 5 billion. So now Bowen's got to do 1.5 by 4 plus 5. He comes in at 11. Well, even the most expensive nuclear power station in the world came in at 14. And that isn't taking into account the fact that a nuclear power station lasts for 60 years. Bowen's wind farm and solar, they last 18. And we haven't accounted for the distribution, the power networks, which won't be in your electricity, it will be in your electricity bill, but under a separate connection. So Bowen doesn't want to add the grid connection to his 11 billion. Anyway, look it up. Capacity is a person's mental ability. What is Bowen's mental ability? I'll leave you with that thought.
Now, just the final thing which the wind industry hates especially. Wind, on average, only generates electricity for 2 days a week. It goes missing for 5. It only generates electricity for 2 days a week. It is completely farcical. But if you follow the money trail and you find out that this corrupt institution behind us that's peeling money off via legislation, so this is the biggest government-sponsored fraud in the history of our country. And just remember that. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Emma Bowman. This is Sal Edwards. I'm from Dunedoo. Sal is from Coolah. Sal and I are here today as two very concerned farmers and community members. The rapid transition to renewable energy has the potential to devastate rural and regional Australia and the agricultural industry. In November 2021, our communities, Dunedoo and Cooler, along with many others, were declared part of the Central West Arana Renewable Energy Zone, the CWO RES, without our knowledge or our consent. The CWO RES is the first of 5 RESs, or renewable energy power plants, currently declared for New South Wales. There are many serious impacts of large-scale renewable energy projects: bushfire risk and major firefighting limitations, roads and dual amenity and noise, loss of wildlife and habitat, just to name a few. There are currently 48 projects operating, under construction and proposed in the CWO RES that we have been made aware of, plus stage 1 of the CWO RES transmission project. Landowners affected by the current transmission project are facing compulsory acquisition as we stand here today. They have less than 6 weeks to sign an agreement with the Energy Corporation of New South Wales or have the easement on their land compulsorily acquired. Some of these landowners are expected to host 3 parallel transmission lines, twin 500 kV lines and a single 330 kV line in a 240 metre easement. The 28 solar projects are on over 17,000 hectares of land, comprising of over 8.5 million panels. What will the totals be for New South Wales? What will that look like? The 12 wind projects will contain 922 turbines placed on a project area of over 150,000 hectares. The tip height of turbines is up to 300 metres, and this over 9,000 oversized, overmass loads from the Port of Newcastle to our region. Everyone through the main street of Merriwar. Thousands of tonnes of concrete and steel are required for each turbine base, all of which remains in the earth after decommissioning. There are also numerous battery energy storage systems, both standalone and associated solar projects, and a proposed pumped hydro project. According to developer information, it is possible that during construction for proposed vehicles on local roads, nearly 4 Olympic-sized swimming pools worth of water used a day, and a potential peak workforce of over 1,000. How will that impact local roads, rural and regional water sources, and competing industry workforces like tourism and agriculture? These projects all claim to power a certain number of average Australian homes. Is this while the sun is shining and the wind is blowing, or 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? There doesn't seem to be a consistent calculation regarding these claims. This Sunday will mark 7 years since the catastrophic Sir Ivan bushfire ravaged over 50,000 hectares, nearly 50 kilometres in the Dunedoo, Cooler and Casslis districts within 3 days. The aerial assistance in support of the firefight received during that fire saved homes, livestock, infrastructure and livelihoods, and will not restrict aerial firefighting efforts, nor increase the bushfire ignition. But the boots on the ground suggest otherwise. Zones. While the assessment process for projects considers water requirements, we do not believe there has been tables we already so heavily rely on. Why is the total amount of water required for construction across the state not being adequately investigated? How can policy designed to protect the environment on one hand permanently destroy much loved Australian landscapes and native flora and fauna on the other hand? Within the CWO Res, we are seeing projects with direct impacts on habitat and threatened species such as the koala, regent honeyeater, swift parrot and large-eared pied bat. Is it acceptable to claim other already existing ecosystems as suitable compensation for destruction of others? So what does all of this large-scale infrastructure mean for agriculture? Less land to produce more food and fibre, increased risk of bushfire and major restrictions on firefighting access and options, and therefore on those who have fed and clothed the nation for hundreds of years. Farmers know that not all land used for agriculture was created equal. The land being taken out of food and fibre production in the CWO Res for renewable energy is currently contributing significantly to Australia's ability to produce food and fibre for our growing population. But there will be nothing to eat. Dwight D. Eisenhower said 1,000 miles away from the cornfield. Do you think it's time our elected representatives put down their pencils and take a walk beside Australian farmers?
Part of the CWO Res, it came as a complete shock to both communities and our council. To our knowledge, no one was let it slip at a transmission consultation session in Cassilis. When what then followed was a reactive investigation from community and council to learn and try to understand what a res is and what this would mean for our region. The process for the route selection of the transmission line was the catalyst of significant division and upset in our communities. The threat of compulsory acquisition made evident and actively used against landholders from day one. An incomprehensible and continuous addition of projects has fueled this already palpable division, tearing once happy and dynamic communities apart. Renewable energy power plant have found themselves reading and digesting thousands of pages of environmental impact statements and technical reports for each and every project threatening their homes, farms and communities. It appears the sum total of potential cumulative and residual impacts are being unconsidered and overlooked. At what cost and at whose cost? While extremely difficult to face the scale of projects that being in a res presents, community division unfortunately inhibits a community's ability to function and cope with challenges or in times of crisis. How will rural and regional Australia grow and thrive in the future without these previously connected and cohesive communities? Do the benefits of the rapid transition of renewables actually outweigh the cost to the environment, the cost to rural communities, the cost to agriculture and food production? We firmly believe this existence isn't about us learning to accept reality, but rather in remembering our power to create it. We have met many people who are actively using their power to shape their future. Connecting with each other across Australia through this process will continue the ripple effect started today. If you or your group would like to connect with us, we'd love to collaborate with you. Gregory Bateson once said, "The major problems in the world are the result of the difference between how nature works and the way people think. The time to think is now, before it is too late."
G'day to everybody.
Well, that was that, folks. A couple of great speakers there. What do you think about this renewable energy thing? Does it sound feasible? Been paying your power bills, have you? Have you noticed those have gone up a bit? A lot of a bit. 5 times or 7 times in since 2010 or something like that. It's sounds about right, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I might try to get Discord on the phone. DK on the phone. You know what I mean. I'll just see if I can press the right button. And it's working. Contacting. Alright, folks. Takes time sometimes. DK will be with us shortly. Authenticating. Come on. Come on, DK. Not yet. DK, are you there? DK. DK Spursy.
Yeah, man. How's it going?
G'day, mate. How are you? Yes, welcome
Yes.
to it. Yes.
Good. How's it going? Can you hear me or not?
I can hear you well, yes. Hopefully the audience can too, I'd imagine. Yeah, so I can hear you fine. Say something again.
They can usually hear me better than you.
Yes, well, that's...
But serious, the audience can usually hear me better than you. When I go and watch your channel, because I hear me, and you're the one that mutes yourself all the time.
Yeah, I'm good at that, aren't I? Yeah, well, at least I give other people a go. What do you reckon? You want to try the camera?
Yeah, real good.
Yeah, do you want to try the camera? I'm going to turn this one off. Put an image up first.
Oh, do you want me to go on camera? Shit. Okay.
If you don't want to, you don't have
to. And do that.
Well.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Yeah, no, it just usually fucks with your broadband and shit.
Well.
No, serious. It just usually fucks with your broadband and everything goes down.
If that happens.
As soon as we put cameras on.
Yeah, well, if that happens, we'll worry about that when that happens. How's that sound? Yeah, there's I can see you.
Yeah.
See me.
Alright.
Alright. Okay. Let me just... Yeah, here we go. Let me just get the screen the right shape. Come on, you. Having issues already, folks. Not surprising. Alright. Go away, you. Turn you off. And put Discord on.
You're right.
Ah, yeah, no, I'm not right. There we go. Okay, now. Got that sorted. Now I need to make that a bit bigger. Move it over here. And just about done. Just about. Now, they can see us now, so if you care to... what do you think of the presentations that I've shown over the last couple of days? Yeah, we're frozen, aren't we?
Very interesting.
Yeah.
No. Very interesting, but I've watched lots.
Yeah.
And I must admit, I kind of get sick of the people speaking about politics.
Yeah.
When just today, I saw one of the most amazing things that I've seen.
And what's that?
And it's something I've been saying for years now.
And what exactly is that?
Wherever that crazy Nikki Haley bitch represents in America, that the representative, our Republican primaries or whatever, I don't even know how their election system works, to be honest. It's like they have elections.
Don't worry, most Americans probably don't do that.
Before they have elections.
Yeah, that's just out there,
Yeah. Well, anyway, the best part is 63.2% of the people in this one, I don't know if it was one city, one state, 63.2 said none of them.
Yeah.
So people actually turned up to vote and said none of them.
Yeah. How cool is that?
Nikki Haley got like 30-something% of the vote.
And everyone else said, no thanks.
So that is the most amazing thing that I've heard. Like, that is actually cool. And I've been saying this for years. I've honestly been saying this for years. The only way we win and fix the political system is by not voting for it.
I hear your point, but yeah.
You can't fix the current system by using the current system.
The current system is enough to drive you to drink. Cheers. Here's to beer anyway. You know.
Right. Yes.
yes. Yeah. Well,
But
with this,
you know that what I say is
this
not
is the
all.
way Amos soon runs. You know, it's sort of like it's
Right.
Is
What is there any person in any political party in your country that you're like, yay, that guy is awesome. He really has all of our best interests at heart?
No. None of them is there.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
So with that knowledge in hand,
Yeah.
and knowing that there is absolutely no one that is really saying anything,
Correct.
I think we need to start a movement where everyone actually goes in none of these. And everyone just writes in, like if it's not an option, everyone just writes in none of these. And we actually say that we don't want any of these selected members of parliament that we are allowed to choose between. See, that's where the problem comes in. So we didn't elect any of them. They suddenly appeared, and then we get to pick between them. Are you muted again, Alan? You're muted again, at least on Discord. I don't know about on the stream, but you're muted on Discord. Still muted. For fuck's sake, I didn't touch anything. Why are you muted? Alan, unmute yourself on Discord. How the fuck? Oh, did you No, even better. That's why I got taken down. Fuck's sake. Come on, Alan. Is it still working or is it just completely fuck out? But I keep telling you, you're muted. You know.
My name's Alexis Gardo-Miller. I'm the federal candidate in Cunningham, which is the Wollongong area, for the Australian Citizens Party. The tagline for us is about citizens taking responsibility. I see a whole bunch of people who've been very patiently listening today, but the main thing is that you've been educating yourselves about what's possible. Who feels like they've learned something today they didn't know before? Who thinks that every MP out there should have been out here today? Absolutely. So profound respect to the people that did make it out here. I work with the likes of Malcolm Roberts, Bob Catter, Gerard Rennick. We'll be having some one-to-ones with them tomorrow. You might know the Australian Citizens Party from the banking work that we've done. We're often known as the peacekeepers, the people with the moral or spiritual compass in politics, because there's not many of those really, are there? Well, I've got to say, I mean, I'm in my, massive respect to her effort. And that reflects the dedication of a lot of our generation that are here today. And the wisdom, the collective intelligence held in our community is what really ought to be in Parliament, don't you think? Yep. I've heard some fascinating things today that even I didn't know. As people are waking up in their mind, we realise that there is a consciousness which is now becoming almost unstoppable, wouldn't you say? And that consciousness is within you. It's the people you speak to on a daily basis. It's the people that you reach out to through your social. And I really want to acknowledge all of you for putting your balls on the line and turning up today. Because we never forget that it's only through the power of the people that stuff does change. Because you guys, you might be labelled sometimes, including me, the keyboard warriors. But you know what? We're not sitting there worrying about it. We're realising that there's a problem and we're taking time to do extensive, deep research. So who in the audience has done extensive, deep research in this particular niche? Absolutely. I can always guarantee that if I sat every one of you down, that you'd know 10 times more than any politician making decisions about this stuff. Would you agree? So I hope we'll see a lot more independence in the next federal election. I'm always happy for people to reach out and ask for advice about putting their campaigns together, because it's vital now that you do take a stand on behalf of your community. I did it under the Citizens Party because I'm very supportive of their particular policies. It doesn't matter what or what minor party. The fact is that we need major energy in those minor parties now, and that includes people like you or family members you know putting their balls on the fucking line and taking a stand. Right, you've got to be uncompromising about this now, because now really is the time. We're seeing a window of opportunity to make a difference. All right, so if we get ourselves collectively together, individually fired up, educated, empowered and informed, do you think that we can break this? Yes or no? Absolutely we can. So a big part of the push at the moment is that, I don't know if people have mentioned or heard about the third point of the press release for this particular Reckless Renewables rally, but there's kind of a reason they put me towards the end, because I'll talk about a slightly, controversial topic, and that is about the need to open our minds to the next generation of nuclear. Now, what most people wouldn't realise is that Australia is actually a leader in nuclear. About half of our expertise we have to ship overseas to help other countries. Do you think that's fair? It's certainly not. So Australia needs to start to step up. I've been working with people like Copenhagen Atomics. They've just been out with us for the last week. Lots of other companies that are around developing thorium, which is different from uranium. Australia is in the best position of any country in the world to leapfrog in their development, from old nuclear to new nuclear. Thank you. Well, maybe that was an MP saying, fuck you. So right now, if we were to open our minds, we talk about lifting the ban on nuclear, but the first place we need to do that, everyone here, is lifting it in our own minds. So if there's any part of you feeling resistant when I say the word nuclear, I would invite you to go and check out Simon Michel's work. Who's heard of Simon Michel? He's the Aussie scientist who the net zero delusion. He's been giving them a reality check. So he's an Aussie scientist who's been in Parliament at the end of last year. You can Google his name, Michel, M-I-C-H-E-A-U. And he's got lots of fantastic educational content for you to stick into your head and start to get on board with understanding new nuclear, which is thorium-style nuclear. The other fact is that we've come a long, long way with the progress of nuclear technology right around the world. And Australians have been involved in that. And you probably would never hear about it because it is a bit controversial. But we know what controversial things are. It's often the bloody truth, isn't it? So, did you know that, imagine in your hand the size of a golf ball. Imagine that golf ball is all the energy you'll ever need in your lifetime. 100 years worth of energy. Do you know how much that will cost you? $100. That's $1 a year if you're lucky enough to live to 100. Many of us will, many others won't. But if you want to start supporting the leapfrogging of our country beyond this drama that's going on, and it's a psychodrama. It is driven by poor information, poorly informed MPs, a poor system of decision making, not based on actual facts, but based on a little bit of money rubbing palms here and there, both within our country and internationally. Who would agree to that? Profit over the planet. Now, when my daughter this morning said to me, "Mummy, why aren't you going to be home tonight?" I said, "Well, I've got to go to work." She goes, "Didn't you tell them you've got children?" It always breaks my heart when she says that. She just knows how to get right to me. But I said, well, that's exactly why I've got to go to work today. Because I am doing it on behalf of my children, your children, and future generations of children, not just in Australia, but just think of the ecological disaster of them putting anything to disrupt the ecosystem. We've fucked it up enough on Earth. I think it's about time that we just start to look at our own behaviours of consumption. Most of that, of course, with the wind farms is industrial consumption. And have a good look at how we can start to change the social behaviours and the way we live and function, including the way that we farm, for the betterment of generations here to leapfrog beyond this problem now. Now, Simon Michelle was in there educating people about the realities of new nuclear because our MPs, because they've had a closed mind to it for so long, they've got no bloody idea how it works. Now, my invitation is that even if just half of you go away and start researching about thorium, nuclear, more, to be in a position to campaign to break through this in the ways that we can. Now, I was involved in monitoring of EMF, and we monitor mobile towers, another controversial topic. We monitor EMF output, so we help stop things like Cholumbum. Up in Windy Farm, as an example, we have cancer in every household within a 2 kilometre radius of Windy Hill. We're going to have a serious problem in the sea. Absolutely. So, ionising and non-ionising, it is that we've got to take action now to prevent the accumulation of this problem in our ecosystem, the food that we eat. It dries out the water, the soil, interrupts the bees, you name it. There's nothing good coming out of it. So, who's up for exploring or opening their mind to lifting their own internal brand, the ban they might have in their head on nuclear? Who's willing to take a little bit of action, get themselves a bit educated, and come back in a year's time, and maybe we'll be having an even stronger conversation about it. So my name's Alexis Garneau-Miller. I'm from the Australian Citizens Party. I would invite anybody, if you don't know about us, we're the 5th biggest party in Australia that the media doesn't want you to know about. We're the biggest threat to the 4 big banks. We work with people in Parliament. We're known as the peacekeepers. Why? Because we put our fucking balls on the line every day. So let's keep Australia fair and let's make it happen.
I'll just adjust the mic a little bit. Hello everybody, welcome to Canberra, again for many people. My name's Wade Northhausen. I come from North Central Victoria. I'm a third generation farmer in the Northern Victorian irrigation belt there, what used to be the irrigation belt. And I run an organisation called Billboard Battalion. And over my lifetime, I've been involved in agricultural politics for 40 odd years, as was my family. And what I've learned over that time is that our agricultural sector is in a lot of trouble. We have a lot of problems from government policies that deliberately destroy our farmers and our agriculture and our food production. And as I got older and learned what was going on, we started to work out that there is a very specific reason for this. And as we get older and go on, for those of us who learn, there are particular people throughout the world who have a very, very sinister view of things, and they are very rich and powerful, and they are in the bed. And output, and we've heard all industries, our families, our food security, our jobs, our wealth, and our safety are all part. Spread them around and they make it look as if it's individual problems and individual issues. And in the field of agriculture, we have a great deal of things like not knocking us off forming the north east coast was supposed to be under tension, and the only real affect those policies. And I can tell you right now, as a farmer for 3 generations, that ours is being brought in, and this is happening right before our eyes, are now unviable. And government policy, particular arm of an who are, because that's true, that is shortage of food, a global famine. We wonder how they can do this to us. Well, they do this with government policy and money involved in our governments. People, their young global leaders and are now very firmly entrenched in politics and in bureaucracy and in the media. So they are voting to bring in us. And this is a catastrophic situation. Tell the truth, it should be. And I say to them, if you're telling me that, well, we've already buried huge numbers, they're shutting down our food and energy, when exactly is time? So this is our message. Well, that's what we take to the people, is that we need to get the community educated on the fact that all the different things that are happening to them are not an accident. They are all part of the same plan, and those plans need compliance. They need these people right behind us are on board with them, and they do everything over until, or they want to get a job as an endless board jumper, jumping from one board to the other. So they say nothing. They have to prove they're prepared to sell out their members. This is a little bit of where we're at. I'm very grateful to the organisers here today to give us a bit of a shot to have us. I'm very, very grateful now of Billboard Battalion, and asked why you have a primary agricultural spokesman in Australia who's not speaking. So I'm grateful to everybody today. We came here, we were going to run our own show. We weren't going to do wishy-washy. We don't do 80%, we do 100%, because that's our problem. And we need to shoot straight. The truth is the only thing that matters. The facts are the things that matters. And I'm telling you right now, we don't have very much longer to fix this. They are in the business of shutting down your food and your energy. We've heard a big thing today is about all this renewable energy. Well, renewable energy is going to wipe out huge amounts of agriculture and your food production. And it is a lie. There's nothing wrong with coal-fired power stations. They're building them all over the world. We're exporting coal, and we're taking it on the chin to subsidise China's and India's emissions. Well, the hell with that. We are killing our industries, we're killing our ability to support ourselves, and what they are doing is deliberately creating an energy that is going to happen if we keep going the way we are. So I appreciate the organisers here today for giving us a bit of a spot to speak. Very much appreciate that. Earlier and a bit more with the program. You'll see a lot of this stuff from the Billboard Battalion. There appears to be magically something wrong with any ability to live stream from these kind of events. So get on to Billboard, be a part of the program, be a part of our supporters, because right now we are in the business of fighting for your lives and your kids' lives, and thank you very much for your time. We only got a short time to speak today, but we'll be doing a lot more later on, so thank you.
That about planned for today. I think we only had one no-show speaker, so that was really excellent. And in Ball Place, I have your your debit can't keep you any longer. I'm sure there's a cold beer somewhere in there. So I'll see you next time, and I hope it's not, we don't need to here. Thank you all. Good.
And I think I will leave it there. If you noticed, I've got my headset on now. Something went wrong with the headset, so got rid of it. That about wraps it up for now. Having usual amounts of technical issues. I'll sort it out one day, folks. That was Amos Sewn, 96. It's news, spelled differently. Because you got to remember, I'm not the sharpest knife of the block. A bit like a bread knife. Cut through difficult subject matter and always leave plenty of crumbs on the board. So, cheers to the people that were down there doing the work. And think about it, folks. Is this a future that you're looking forward to? Well, what could go wrong? Anyway, nothing for now. Sorry to DK for didn't really happen. I'll have a chat to him after the show, but yeah, apparently there's muted things happening and all that sort of stuff. Technical issues. Learn to do this stuff if you're a Dutch, not going to happen. I'm going to muddle my way through. No one's really watching anyway, matter. Be good to each other. Be good to your mate. Because yeah, you are a bit. And your father. He didn't just provide sperm, did he? Be good to each other. In like